Motions of the Earth, which is the third chapter of Class 6 Geography NCERT. This chapter has been presented to you as per the needs and requirements of a 6th standard student. But if in case you are preparing for competitive examinations, you can also go through the video as I have provided the notes in a very crisp manner. And don't forget to like the video, share the video with your friends and subscribe to my channel A&A Tutorials and press the bell icon to get an update of my latest videos. Without any further delay, now let's get started. In this video, we will discuss about the rotation and revolution of Earth around the Sun, about the circle of illumination, and then about the leap year and why does a leap year has 366 days. Further, we will discuss about the elliptical orbit of the Earth, about summer solstice, about winter solstice, and finally the two types of equinox that we experience in a year. Motions of the Earth. There are two types of motions, number one rotation and number two revolution. Let us discuss about the rotation first. Rotation is the movement of Earth on its own axis. It takes about 24 hours to complete one rotation about its own axis. This is how the Earth is inclined at an angle of 23.5 and the Earth keeps on rotating about this inclined axis. Remember, the Earth does not rotate about this straight line but it rotates about the axis which is inclined at an angle of 23.5. And this plane, this straight line, this is the plane of Earth's orbit. Remember, this is the plane of Earth's orbit and it is known as orbital plane. The axis of Earth makes an angle of 66.5. This is the axis of our Earth and it makes an angle of 66.5 with the orbital plane. So the angle between the axis and this straight line, this orbital plane, it is equal to 66.5, right? Now, how do day and night occur on the Earth? It is due to the rotation of the Earth that we experience day and night on this planet. We have already discussed about the shape of the Earth, which is spherical. Thus, only half of the Earth gets light from the sun at a time. Where there is light, it is day, while the other side of the planet experiences night. So, we can say that it is due to the rotation of the Earth that we experience day and night. The circle that divides day from the night is known as the circle of illumination. So, this circle, see this circle that is dividing day from the night, here it is night while here it is day. This circle is known as the circle of illumination. The circle of illumination does not coincide with the axis of Earth at all and the period of rotation is known as one Earth day. The second motion of the Earth is revolution. Revolution is the movement of Earth around the Sun in a fixed path. Earth takes 365 days or 1 year to complete one revolution around the Sun. To be precise, Earth takes 365 days and 1/4 more day to complete one revolution. Or we can say that 365 days and 6 hours more to complete one revolution around the sun. But we celebrate New Year at the end of 365 days, right? Why? This is because the 6 years, these 6 years are saved every year and added to make one day. For 4 years, for 4 continuous years, these 6 years are added and they make 24 years over a span of 4 years. This day is added in the month of February and every 4 years February has 29 days instead of 28 days. Such a year which has 366 days and not 365 days, such a year is known as a leap year. Now you can comment below the next leap year. We earlier discussed how rotation leads to the formation of day and night. Now what happens due to revolution? We experience change of seasons due to revolution. Let us discuss how this happens. If we begin from this point, from somewhere over here, the earth is rotating and revolving at the same time. After some time, the rotating earth reaches here when it is 21 June. Now what happens at this point is that the earth is tilted at an angle of 23.5 towards the sun, which is the angle of inclination of the earth, and the rays of the sun, they fall directly on the Tropic of Cancer, which is this line. This is the Tropic of Cancer, and the sun rays, they fall directly on this point. The sun is directly overhead at this point. As a result, this point and the areas near this point, it receives maximum heat from the sun, and that is why the north hemisphere experiences summer during this time, while it is winters in the southern hemisphere. Now after some more time, somewhere in September, the revolving earth reaches at this point. Here it is autumn in the northern hemisphere, while it is spring season in the southern hemisphere. After and at this point, the rays of the sun, they fall on the equator. After few months, somewhere in December, what happens is that the rays of the sun, they change the position and they fall on Tropic of Capricorn, and due to this, it is summer in the south while it is winters in the northern hemisphere. During March, the direction of sun rays again change and it falls directly on the equator once again. So it is spring in the north hemisphere and it is autumn season in the southern hemisphere. And again the earth returns from where it started, from this point, and this cycle continues. I hope now you have understood how rotation leads to the day and night and revolution leads to the change in seasons. Now let us discuss about some of the important dates. The first one is 21 June. On this day, 21 June, the sun is directly overhead at the Tropic of Cancer and it receives maximum heat from the sun. Thus, it is summer season in the northern hemisphere while it is winter in the southern hemisphere. It is the longest day in the northern hemisphere and the night here is shortest. After this day, the length of day starts to shorten and nights broaden in the northern hemisphere. The opposite of this happens in the southern hemisphere. It is the shortest day and longest night in the southern hemisphere. This position of the earth is known as summer solstice. Due to inclination of the earth's axis, the North Pole experiences continuous daylight for 6 months and the South Pole experiences continuous night for 6 months. Now 22 December. On this day, the sun is directly overhead at the Tropic of Capricorn and exactly the opposite of 21 June happens on this day. It is winter in the north hemisphere and summer in the south hemisphere. It is the longest day and shortest night in the southern hemisphere while the shortest day and longest night in the northern hemisphere. The position of earth at this time is known as the winter solstice. Due to the inclination of earth's axis, the South Pole experiences continuous daylight for 6 months and the North Pole experiences continuous night for 6 months. 2 days, 21 March and 23 September. These are two another important days. On both these days, the length of day and night is absolutely equal. This is because on these days the direct rays of the sun fall on the equator and none of the poles are tilted towards the sun. A very interesting fact about these two dates is that whole of the earth experiences equal days and equal nights, and that is why it is known as equinox, because day and night both are equal. On 21 March, the northern hemisphere experiences spring season while it is autumn in the southern hemisphere. Thus, March 21 is known as the spring equinox, and on 23 September, it is spring season in the south while it is autumn season in the northern hemisphere, and it is known as autumn equinox. That was all about this chapter. I hope this was helpful to you. This was presented to you by A&A Tutorials. In case of any doubt or any query, please drop a comment below. If you liked the video, please like it and subscribe to my channel for more such informative videos.